A wild fan theory is making the rounds, and honestly, it's too juicy not to talk about. Some horror fans believe Weapons, Zach Cregger's 2025 Nightmare Factory, and his breakout hit Barbarian are secretly connected. And when you start piecing things together, the evidence gets, well, uncomfortably convincing. Now, before we dive headfirst into this rabbit hole of basements, missing kids, and shared universes, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and drop your theories in the comments. And if you're feeling extra generous, sign up for channel membership. Think of it as your way of tossing me a flashlight before we wander into the dark. Okay, back to the horror. So, in Weapons, the horror kicks off when, at exactly 2:17 AM, every student in a class bolts from their homes except one. Julia Garner's Justine and Josh Brolin's Archer are left unraveling the disappearance of 17 missing children, and the mystery only gets darker from there. Creepy atmosphere, terrifying reveals, and a constant sense that something is very, very wrong. Check. Naturally, the movie's been a massive success, with Warner Bros. Already eyeing a potential prequel focused on Aunt Gladys. But while the studio's planning ahead, fans are looking backward to Barbarian. And here's where things get interesting. Months before Weapons even hit theaters, a fake news site called Maybrook News launched as part of its viral marketing campaign. Initially, it included background info on the missing kids and then later pivoted into just selling tickets. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something buried in the early pages. A headline reading, "Underground Prison Discovered in Rental Home." Ring a bell? It should. That's basically the plot of Barbarian. It even name-dropped Tess, who barely survived the grotesque Airbnb nightmare. So how do the dots connect? The theory suggests Tess was actually from Maybrook, the cursed town at the center of Weapons, and then there's Marcus. In Barbarian, Tess gets a call from someone named Marcus, assumed at the time to be her ex. But in Weapons, Benedict Wong plays a character also named Marcus, except here, he's a married man with ties to the missing kids. Coincidence? Horror fans don't believe in coincidences. So what if Marcus wasn't Tess's ex at all, but her old boss? Remember, in Barbarian, Tess is in between jobs, and in Weapons, it's revealed that Justine took over teaching duties from someone else. Could Tess have been the missing teacher? If so, Marcus's phone call suddenly becomes much darker. Not a casual ex checking in, but a desperate employer reaching out for answers as his students vanish one by one. And here's where the timeline starts to tangle in the best way possible. If this theory is true, then Barbarian and Weapons are running in parallel. While Tess is trapped in that horrifying basement in Detroit, Maybrook is losing kids to its own nightmare. Suddenly, the two films aren't just creepy standalone stories, they're puzzle pieces in a larger horror universe Cregger might be quietly building. Fans love to talk about the Conjuring universe or the endless sprawl of Insidious spin-offs, but imagine if Barbarian and Weapons are the foundation of something even darker, subtler, and way more interconnected. A shared horror universe built not on flashy monsters, but on eerie, grounded urban legends that start to overlap the more you look. So the next time you rewatch Barbarian and hear Tess ignore Marcus's call, think twice. He might not have been a clingy ex after all. He might have been a man scrambling to solve a nightmare unraveling in his own classroom. And if Zach Cregger really is building a connected universe, let's just say horror fans are about to start checking the basements of every rental property and locking their doors at exactly 2:17 AM.